So let's just go into a little bit of what an LDA report actually is. An LDA report is a loan disposition analysis report. Right? These, like I said before, these are used by lenders and investors to compare net present value of cash flows expected from a modification. Essentially, let's say you're current on your mortgage, or your client is current on their mortgage. They may be underwater, and the bank wants to see if, as a lender, it is even foreseeable that they remodify these terms, and if they'll actually be losing money, if it's more fortuitous for them to foreclose or go through a short sale process to gain access to that property. And so essentially, this LDA report is a qualification tool used by the lenders and investors to, like I said, either qualify them for a modification or essentially doom them to some sort of foreclosure or short sale. Now, what you can do as a homeowner is use this to qualify yourself for foreclosure alternatives, like what we do. And so essentially, with the true current property value, we can give answers to the client, not only whether they will be accepted into a program, but why or why not they may not qualify, in terms that'll hold up to court level negotiations. So if for any reason this did have to move to a litigation where a bank runs them through their process, and for some reason they're not approved, we on our end have the same paperwork that is approved. Now we can do some sort of back and forth and find out what it is that is keeping the back, and whether that's a stingy investor, or whether that is improper information put into the LDA report. Like I said, these different terms and qualifications are going to hold up to that court level. And now how we use an LDA report is similar to how we were using our level 2 securitization and forensic reports. We're sending these to lenders and servicers with other required documentation, HUD 1 and different required documents that the lenders will need. And of course, like I said before, the banks don't always have to play by the rules, but the LDA report gives you the information that you need to demand a loan restructuring. And of course, the loan restructuring is based on HAMP guidelines, the government program that essentially is supporting homeowners to get these modification programs. Now, yes, there is some sort of incentive that the banks get and the lenders get from the HAMP guidelines. However, these incentives don't always mean that it'll be more fortuitous for them than to find some other way to foreclose. However, again, this does give you the means to escalate your case as far up the chain as you need. And if that includes reporting the lender or the servicer to Freddie Mac, who is running the HAMP program and the guidelines and supporting it, we are more than capable of doing so. So again, you rest assured that your clients have, from start to finish, not only foreclosure, offense, and defense, but also the reports that will help them get from point A to point B, even to point C if needed. How do you want to approach your lender with an LDA report? As you already know, most homeowners are not equipped with the willpower, the knowledge, the gall, so to speak, to negotiate with a major financial institution. It can be extremely stressful on homeowners to know they're going up against a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and essentially they're just another nameless small fry in a massive nationwide case. And again, that could be very scary. So all the attorneys that we Prime Legal works with as clients and as auditors, all of them are trained in foreclosure defense and having the experience of doing these negotiations with the banks and lenders, as well as having the knowledge of what a bank will agree to and the limits of how far you can push them without kind of having them turn around and tell you you're crazy. Of course, approval is not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed, even with an LDA report that may pre-approve you for a modification. However, you definitely have a higher chance of approval on this modification when you have an attorney and a team of paralegals processing and pushing the out-of-court negotiations through. And so why have we switched over to an LDA report? Well, generally, the number one thing is that it's a pass-fail report. You put in your information. There's no further analysis needed. Either you're approved or you're not approved, and if you're not approved, they will give you the reasons why you're not approved. So that, in general, is going to speed up the modification process as well as the approval process when brought to the lenders. Again, the banks are going to have to produce one anyway for their investors. What we're seeing is generally results in 30 to 90 days instead of, essentially 90 to 180 days. It could take as many as 8 months even to, process some of these other programs. Now, the other nice thing is that the homeowners are going to get answers in 3 to 5 business days after we review their documents. All right, so there's a lot less stress on the client. You can imagine if you come in here for a securitization report with a forensic report as well, of course that doesn't pre-approve you for anything. It doesn't let you know where you stand other than there are documented cases of fraud and securitization in your paperwork, which quite frankly we can find out just by reviewing the paperwork in the first place. So they get a lot more peace of mind here, not only knowing whether or not they'll be approved, but again, 3 to 5 business days down the line after we produce this report, they'll also find out what they can do or what options they have to turn their case around. And again, like I said, 30 to 90 days of work means a faster turnover rate, which means more cases are being handled, which means the more people you can send into our office for document review. And again, you guys have been doing a great job, and we're seeing pretty steady numbers. The summer's known to slow down, and we're seeing a pretty steady, influx of document reviews coming through. A couple of the great affiliates we have out there. Gail Allen's doing great. Brad Rogan. These are all guys. Don Schlockner. These are all guys that are out there and are using the tactics, are attending the webinars, and are constantly calling the office with different questions, with new ways to approach clients, and like I said, we're seeing some great success there.